Welcome back to Finance in Action, where we turn complex data into winning decisions. I'm Alex.
And I'm Mia. It's great to be back. Alex, today we're tackling a topic that, well, for many people, it sends a shiver down their spine. Cost optimization.
You're so right. I mean, as soon as a company hits a rough patch, that phrase, "we need to cut costs," just echoes through the halls. And that brings up this image of a finance person with a giant red pen,
Right.
just slashing budgets left and right.
Exactly. It's this blanket approach. Cut marketing by 20%, freeze all hiring, slash the training budget. The result is it's often demoralized employees, a worse customer experience, and ironically,
Yeah.
sometimes even lower revenue. I mean, is that really what optimization is supposed to be?
Not at all. No, that's cost killing, not cost optimization. And the core message we really want to get across today is that true cost optimization is absolutely not about cutting staff.
Okay.
It's a complete mindset revolution that transforms finance from a cost killer into a cost strategist.
I like that distinction, a cost strategist. So how does that mindset shift play out in practice? What's the real difference?
Well, the old cost-killing mindset is all about, cutting everything by, say, 10%, regardless of its value. But the cost optimization mindset, it defines optimization as strategically reallocating your resources, your money, your people, your time,
Right.
from low-value activities to high-value ones.
So it's not about cutting, it's about shifting resources to where they'll have the biggest impact.
Precisely. A finance strategist doesn't just wield a pair of scissors. They use data to ask 3 critical questions for every single expense.
Okay.
1, does this cost actually create measurable value? 2, is there a cheaper way to get the same result? And 3, and this is the most important one, what is the long-term growth impact of cutting this?
Wow, those 3 questions are incredibly powerful. They immediately change the conversation from how much can we save to how can we spend smarter. So to do that, what kind of frameworks or tools does a cost strategist use?
Okay, so according to the US CMA, there are 5 key strategies. First one is lean and Kaizen.
Hmm.
And this is all about identifying and eliminating waste in your processes.
And waste here isn't just, using too much paper, right?
Oh, it's much deeper. It's the time your team spends waiting for a PO to be approved. It's the cost of having to rework a faulty product. It's all that capital tied up in excess inventory that isn't selling. Finance's job is to quantify that invisible waste into a tangible cost impact.
Wow.
Yeah, like for example, showing that a slow approval process is tying up $200,000 in excess inventory.
That makes it so real. It turns a daily annoyance into a concrete business case. So what's the second strategy?
Okay, so this one's called target costing, and it is a game changer.
Okay.
Instead of making a product, adding up all the costs, and then setting a price, you do the exact opposite.
You start with the price?
You start with what the market is willing to pay. So if research shows customers will only pay, say, $30 for your coffee, you work backwards. You set your target profit margin, and the result is your target cost. The entire product, from the beans to the cup to logistics, has to be engineered to hit that cost number. It forces innovation and efficiency from day one.
That's a completely proactive approach. I love it. Okay, what's number 3? I see ABC and ABM here. It sounds a little academic.
It stands for Activity-Based Costing and Management, but don't let the name fool you. It's incredibly practical. Instead of looking at costs by department, you look at them by activity. A classic case is analyzing your cost to serve for different customers.
Okay.
You might find that, say, 30% of your customer service costs are being spent on a tiny group of low-value customers who just make a lot of demands.
And so instead of just firing customer service staff, ABM would help you figure out how to serve that specific group more efficiently.
Right.
You optimize the activity, not the people.
Now, number 4 is supplier and TCO, total cost of ownership.
Not just looking at the invoice price from a supplier.
Right. Think about it. You choose a new packaging supplier because they're 10% cheaper, but then their boxes are flimsy and suddenly an extra 15% of your product gets damaged in shipping.
Oof.
Yeah, did you really save money? TCO analysis proves that the cheap decision can be a very, very expensive one.
That's a lesson many businesses learn the hard way. Okay, what's our 5th and final strategy?
It's working capital efficiency. This is a huge, often overlooked source of cash. Simply by managing your cash conversion cycle better, things like reducing your inventory days, you can generate cash.
Wow.
I mean, reducing inventory by just 10 days can be like getting an interest-free loan from the bank.
It's incredible how these 5 strategies just reframe the entire concept. It isn't about cutting corners, it's about being smarter, more strategic, more data-driven. It reminds me of that analogy, the gardener versus the lumberjack.
I love that analogy. A cost killer is a lumberjack just blindly chopping down trees.
Yeah.
A cost optimizer is a gardener carefully pruning the dead branches to let the healthy ones grow even stronger.
And to be a good gardener, you have to know which branches are which. So how does a finance strategist do that?
By classifying costs into 3 simple categories. So first, you have good costs.
Okay.
These are investments with a clear ROI that fuel growth, like effective marketing, R&D, training your best people. You have to protect these.
Okay, so those are the healthy fruit-bearing branches.
Exactly. Then you have bad costs. This is just pure waste. Obsolete inventory, rework, redundant processes.
Right.
These are the dead branches you prune immediately.
And the third one must be the tricky one.
It is. It's the gray costs. Think about brand marketing, G&A expenses, travel. I mean, these could be good or bad. A trip to close a $1 million deal is a good cost. A lavish, unnecessary team offsite is a bad cost. These gray areas, that's where deep, data-driven ROI analysis is critical. You can't make emotional decisions here.
It's about using data as a flashlight to illuminate that gray area. So with all this in mind, when does finance need to be in the room for this to happen?
They have to be there at 4 key moments. 1, during the annual budget planning to set KPIs. 2, creating purchasing policies to embed TCO as a metric. 3, during risk management to weigh the cost of a risk versus the cost of preventing it. And, most critically, during a crisis.
Right.
In a downturn, finance has to be the first to identify the bad costs to cut so they can protect the good costs that will ensure the company's long-term survival and growth.
It's such a profound shift. Finance isn't just counting the beans anymore. They're helping the company figure out which beans to plant, where to plant them, and how to get the best harvest.
That's it exactly. The ultimate message is that cost cutting does not equal cutting people.
Yeah.
Firmly, true cost optimization means freeing up resources for growth, and finance's role is to lead that charge, not with a red pen, but with powerful insights from data.
A fantastic and empowering perspective. Thank you, Alex. And for our listeners, that brings us to our final thought. Now, here's a question we'd like you to think about. The next time your company discusses cost cutting, will you see it as a threat or as an opportunity? Will the approach be that of a lumberjack or that of a gardener? And what role can you play in shifting that conversation? Join us next time on Finance in Action.